Hey, Darnell with the grill here. Got myself about 14.33 pounds of USDA prime beef brisket. And so with this brisket, I'm going to be doing something on the Mountain Grills Daniel Boone Pellet Smoker that I haven't done with a brisket yet, which is a straight 225 cook. I'm going to be, this is the night before, by the way. Before I smoke it, I'm going to be injecting it with 2 cups of beef broth, half a cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/4 cup of Worcestershire sauce, and 1 tablespoon of beef rub. I'll be using that Grill Mates Monterey steak grill rub here. And so basically tonight what I'm going to do, I'm going to unpack it. I'm going to trim off some of the fat and silver skin. I'm going to trim the fat cap to about 1/4 inch and score it like waffles. I'm going to basically rub that fat cap side with some of that rub. Then I'm going to flip it, do the injection, and then I'm going to rub the meat side with the rub. And I'm going to let it set overnight, wrapped in the fridge overnight. Just cover it, not wrap, but just cover it in the fridge overnight. But I'm going to go ahead and start getting things prepped here. Okay, I just want to give you a look at it before I start trimming and all that such. Just got it out the cryo bag. So this is fresh out the cryo bag. You can see the meat side's got a substantial amount of fat on it there. And then we've got our fat cap side there, which of course is pretty fatty. So I'm going to just go ahead and start prepping this, and I'll bring you back once I have it all rubbed down and injected and all of that good stuff. Alright, so the brisket is now all trimmed and rubbed and injected, and I have to say, with all the fat that had to be cut off, that this is probably more like an 11-pound brisket now than a 14-pound brisket. But going to cover this up, put it in the fridge, let it set overnight. I'll bring it out early in the morning, let it rest for maybe an hour or so, and show you it then as I get the smoker warmed up. So I'll bring you back in the morning. Alright, so our brisket's been setting out almost an hour, and so it's getting up to a nice temp for grilling. And I'm going to go ahead and start my grill up. So I'm already connected to the grill, and I hit power and confirm. Then I'm going to set temp to 225 degrees, since it's going to be a nice 225 degree cook. And I'm also going to, while we're here, give you the weather report for today. And the current temperature is 71 degrees, real feel 77 degrees. The humidity is 82%, wind speed is 1 mile per hour at the moment. And later today, it's going to get up to a high of 92 degrees, real feel of 98 degrees. Precipitation probability is 0% during the day, only 2% tonight. Wind gusts are only going to get up to at max 6 miles per hour. So this is a perfect grilling day for me. It's just going to be partly sunny later today. So it's a perfect grilling day. And so I'm going to go ahead, let the grill continue to warm up. And when I bring you back, you'll see me, Lord willing, putting this brisket on the grill. Alright, here comes the brisket. I'm going to start this brisket fat side down for, fat side up, sorry. Fat side up for 2 hours, so I'm going to flip it, because this is the meat side. Got that injection fluid all in it. Got a little piece there. Didn't make it. Okay, so on the grill I've got a profile that I'm going to use for this cook. Sounds like the birds are ready to enjoy my cook here. Alright, so select profile, go down to one I made called Full Brisket 225, and I'm going to go ahead and start that profile now, confirm it. And just to talk you through the steps of the profile, as I mentioned, going to be 2 hours fat side up, and step 1 starting. After 2 hours, I've just got kind of a 15-minute intermission for me to flip it to fat side down and insert the meat probe. But after I flip it fat side down, insert the meat probe, I'm going to let it continue to cook at 225 degrees Fahrenheit until the internal meat temperature reaches 190 degrees Fahrenheit. After that, I'll put it in the Texas Cheat or Texas Crutch, if you know your naming preference for it. And I'm going to put it in some butcher paper this time. I'm not going to wrap this one in foil like others. Put in some butcher paper, take about half a batch of the injection mixture, pour it over it, close that butcher paper up around the brisket, and leave it in there until the meat temperature gets somewhere between 195 and 202. Somewhere in there I'll be testing and poking with the meat probe to see if it, goes in and out nice and smooth after it gets over 195. But somewhere in there I'll always pull them. So usually a minimum of 195, and usually the max I think I've gone to is maybe 202 or 203 with any brisket. So somewhere in there it'll get tested and pulled. Anyway, gonna let this continue rolling, bring you back later. Okay, so 2 hours have passed, and so I'm gonna go ahead and flip it, get the meat probe in there. Alright. Just gonna stick that meat probe inside here. Deep in there. Try and get it down a little bit. A little slippery with these gloves on. Alright. That looks pretty good. So gonna leave that in there till that meat gets up to about 190. Then it'll be Texas Cheat, Texas Crutch time. Alright, now that I flipped it over, got that meat probe in, I just wanted to show you the temp currently is just at 80 degrees, so we got about another 110 degrees to go. I'll bring you back later when we get there. Alright, so it's a little after 10 p.m. We started this adventure of putting this on the grill at about 7:30 a.m. or so. So it's been almost 15 hours smoking at 225, just reached 190 degrees. So I'm going to wrap it in butcher paper, put about a half of the injection mixture over top of it, and wrap it up tight. Alright, so there we have it after almost 15 hours of smoking, about 14 and a half hours of smoking. We'll wrap it up. Alright, so we got it wrapped up. So we're going to close it up like that. Probably just going to let it run till about 195, then start test poking. So I'll bring you back when this is good and done, and then after that we'll take it in, do the cutting and taste testing and all. Alright, so the time's a little bit after midnight, so total time that it's been in the pellet smoker has been almost 17 hours total. So I'm going to go ahead and poke test. If it pokes okay, going to put it in the cooler for a couple hours before taking it out to cut and taste test. So going to go ahead now. Alright, going to poke test this. It's at 195 degrees. Once I get through the butcher paper, it's real smooth. It's poking real smooth. And go ahead and take it in. Alright, so after spending about 17 hours on the smoker, 2 in the cooler, here it is. And just pulled it out the cooler. There was just a little bit of meat that got kind of caught coming out. But going to go ahead and just slice it open and let you see inside of it. Slices through very smooth. Here's the smoke ring if you're able to see it. See if I can just slice through there thoroughly. I can show you a closer look without dropping it. Sorry. You can see there. I'm just going to cut away a slice here for the sake of taste testing. Alright. Need to get myself a plate really quick. Let me grab a plate. Alright, I'll just take this piece here. Just separate that from the fat there, just so we aren't eating any fat in the taste test. But you can see the ample smoke ring there. So just going to plate that, get the camera adjusted around, and do a taste test. Alright, so it's about 2:30 a.m. here, so I've got the bedclothes on, but here's our brisket. Really like that smoke ring. And just do a taste here. Super tender, juicy, tastes good. You taste some smoke in there. Very good brisket. So basically, at $225, the Green Mountain Grills Daniel Boone Pellet Smoker, just going straight 225 and smoking through it, does a good job. So you can find this and other recipes at dgrillsmoke.com. Also on Instagram at dgrillsmoke, on Twitter at dgrillsmoke. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Subscribe to the channel, and good eating.